Hello. Hello. Good morning. How are you? Mimyh. Hi everybody, welcome in. Welcome in. It is finally Wednesday. It's finally happened. Week feels really long. Maybe it's because I worked short week last week. This week has felt long and tiring. But we're here, we've made it. We've made it. I'm excited. Excited for it to all be over. Wait, why did I do that? Alright. Let's go. Hey fan, welcome in. How are you today? Alrighty. Pretty. So, we just got to a new area. There's lots to see and lots to do. Thank you for the towel, welcome in. How are you, Darren? Welcome in. This place is really noisy. Eyeballs. Eyeballs everywhere. The way the graphics shift a little bit when you're moving makes it like... It makes it feel kind of like in another game where you would expect to find a hidden wall or a wall that can be moved or something. You know how textures look different when the wall is like breakable? It's just the whole game looks like that in this game. Ouch. I guess we're going up that ramp. Nice. I feel like I might have missed something back here yesterday. Did I figure out how to open this door? I did. We did that. Thank you for the towel. Welcome in. Tolls are getting pretty high, aren't they? Maybe we didn't miss anything. What? Blocking is such a non-existent feature in this game. It's so hard to actually block stuff. Maybe it's just me. I never feel like the block happens when I need it to. let's go back. Lost? My movement speed like crazy higher than it used to be. I don't feel like I used to run this fast. Oh, big cannon boy. I'm running too fast. What this game about? Oh, that's a tough thing to explain. Briefly, I would say it is about me, the character, runs around a lot and gets lost. I don't get lost that much. I am trying to catch a fugitive who is going to either save the world or destroy the world. There is a character who has a map to a weapon or a special device of some kind that has the ability to completely it's hard to know how literal the game is when it describes things. They have a magical device that is very powerful. I guess we'll just say that. And the device could either destroy the world or it could save the world, depending on maybe the person that has its motives, I guess. And myself, welcome in. I'm pretty good. How are you? Trying to wake up a little. It is actually quite large. That looks like a key location. So does that. What is that? Let's go over here. We'll do this area first. Oh, hello. Bam! That's true. This game and The Witcher are basically the same. Kind of. Not really, but sort of. Ciri and Vela are basically the same person. Get back. Cannon looks different to the other ones. They haven't all been gold, right? Dun, 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 dun. Oh, we're gonna go take the back stairs. I'm gonna sneak in through the back. Never see it coming. He said. Yep. Yep, he did. He did indeed. A book. Official record of junior comitologist. Comitologist? What's a comitologist? How long is this book? Very, very long. Very, very, very long. Alright, let's read just a little bit of it. I shall pick up directly from Senior Comatologist Pinsky's last report to the King on month 1, day 31. Wow, it's very early in the world. Shortly after invoking emergency power and putting the town under quarantine, S.C. Pinsky has himself taken by the corruption, leaving me at the unripe age of 23 as the most senior and indeed only mechanist at the scene. At the time, I was certain that the Clockwork King would be preparing a rescue force despite my senior's warnings to the contrary. I therefore reasoned that the survival of guild personnel possessing vital intelligence about this new form of corruption was paramount. To that end, I ordered the militia to fortify the factory compound and bar access to the townsfolk, lest they bring the curse within our walls. Initial descent was peaceful. A lathe operator named Mimyh negotiated with me through the fence, detailing the citizens' impromptu quarantine methods. From early reports of the corruption, I knew that these safeguards were fatally incomplete, but I did not share this information because it had been restricted by the king, and I feared punishment if I survived. Alright, Mimyh, you don't have to go falling asleep. It's actually pretty interesting. Alright, let's read a bit more. It is interesting. This is obviously an account of the beginning of the town being corrupted and the quarantine that happened on the city. By halfway through month 2, the citizens were desperate, having been progressively forced to abandon most of the town. There were several attempts to break into our compound, and I authorized our acting militia captain, in truth a young corporal, to take all necessary measures. Meanwhile, I continued my attempts to establish contact with the king, such as by modifying the factory's exhaust chimneys to flare at regular intervals. He sent up smoke signals. On month 2, day 41, I learned that there would be no rescue. His Majesty had finally pondered S.C. Pinsky's message, and its new orders, still addressed to him, were to stay put and prevent anyone escaping. Since I have nothing left to lose, by being frank, I will plainly state that this plunged me into a deeper despair than I have ever known. When the townsfolk at last battered down our doors, they found me in the foreman's office, trying to summon the will to drive a sword into my guts. It was Citizen Mimyh who saved my life. In her own robust fashion, she persuaded me that I was better off using my knowledge of cypheristry and the king's machines to help refortify the compound and hold out as long as we could. I was relieved to shrug off my now purely theoretical authority and submit to a more collective form of leadership. Our credit, we lasted another 35 days. On the 36th day, our fences bubbled like boiling water, and every word we tried to say came out as incomprehensible song. The corrupted swarmed in, and most of us died, including Citizen Mimyh. The survivors retreated to the main gunnery tower, leaving behind the bulk of our uncontaminated food. Several conclusions followed from these events. Firstly, I recommended that Fontaine Pinsky and Mimyh be posthumously named heroes of the Clockwork Kingdom, and that the citizens of Progress collectively receive the royal commendation for patriotic labor. Secondly, I recommended that a committee be formed to investigate the reasons for this disaster, and that all junior mechanists receive additional training in emergency leadership. Finally, I implore my colleagues to ponder the wider lessons of my fate. Given the limited information available to me at the time, my decisions were understandable, yet I am haunted by what might have been. With the factory compound's extensive cipher wardings, it is possible, albeit unlikely, that a large group of untainted townsfolk could have held against the curse long enough to be rescued. Where would we be now had I trusted them earlier? Or if we had trusted all citizens with proper information from the beginning? The fall of progress must prompt us to question every assumption we take for granted. The corruption are hammering now on our walls and shutters. Our voices are drowned by the cacophony of hundreds of limbs and on metal. I must forego further reflections and take my place among the defenders, to fight and die together as citizens of progress. Long live the king! Gavel kind power. Power poor. Junior comitologist. Century Zero. Century Zero. Well, that was interesting. They must be up the top. Up here, perhaps. Although the book was down there. There's nothing up here. Okay. A key. A square key to open the square door. Alright. Where was there a square door needing a key? Don't know about a square door, but I see a square. You're good with your shapes, I mean. Where's the square? Why am I missing all the time? I have to shoot upwards. Is this a square? Yes, I guess. Bottom right hand corner. You're a bottom. I have my sources. I'm fine. Don't worry. Don't panic. Ooh, shroom wine. How was I supposed to get up here, actually? Oh my god, I freaking one-shot that guy. Open. There's a house over there. No, I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing here. I think I'm looking for that guy's legs. Oh no. I'm not strong enough. Damn it. What level do I need? 5? 4. Maybe I should put one more point in strength. Alright, so where do I go now? Dear Sis, I am once again dictating this letter to wee Faisal, and if he screws it up, you must tell me and I will box his ears. Probably you will never get this, but it makes me feel better to imagine you reading it, so here goes nothing. Thank you for asking around about all the guns and the king was having us make. I still think the king is preparing for war, but if even your machinist friend doesn't he ken about it, then maybe I am just talking shite. Unfortunately, since your last letter, we have bigger problems and I fear we are royally fucked, I mean screwed. I reckon you have probably heard about corruption, even though we are not supposed to talk about it. Well now, this whole town is full of it and nobody is allowed to leave. My ears? Your poor ears. The royal factor plus most of the machinists are dead. He spells machinist. Wait, how do you spell machinist normally? I've forgotten. Machine. It's a ch letter. Apart from that we can't, Pew spelt per, who was always hanging around at the factory, getting in the way. Now he's locked himself inside with all the militia and isn't he letting anyone in. We've turned the schoolhouse, aka... Been a while. I don't know if this is my first message though. I'm not sure. Welcome in, Alda. How are you? Turned the schoolhouse, aka the old god's temple, into a meeting place and are locking anyone who gets cursed inside their house and boarding up the door and painting it with a magic symbol. Some try to fight us, but most say it's fair enough. I'm keeping track of our supplies and running a regular talent show to keep spirits up. But I am always getting grumpy at people because I feel like shite all the time, even though everyone thinks I am some kind of leader. I wish you were here so you could show me that breathing thing that I said was stupid. I had better go because there is shouting, which probably means I have to calm someone down by threatening to headbutt them or maybe saying they're there. I suppose I may never learn my letters now, but I promise that if I don't die, I will sit down with you and let you teach me, and only call you a cunt if I get really frustrated. Love, Zaynab, spelt Z-A-Y-N-E-B. What a great letter. great. Just making a video game right now. Taking a small break. That's nice. What kind of game are you working on? Oh, we got in. Yippee. Is this the legs? This better be the legs. A slender brass cylinder bristling with tiny needles designed to fit a clockwork music box. Oh. Horace might know more. The early machinist imagined a new kind of everyday luxury. Bread for all, but roses too. What? I think we may have gone everywhere. What do you reckon? Think I missed anything? I'm not sure if I did. Pokemon-like game where players capture things. I like capturing things. That sounds like a great idea. This looks like a door though. It has to be a door. But there isn't anything on the other side. I don't like that face. It makes me uncomfortable. Capture thighs. Capture thighs. Okay, never mind. Well, I like thighs too, so still sounds pretty fun. I'm not sure what kind of variety you've got going, but must be some good variety, I guess. See, that's... No, wait, this is the back. It's not even a door. It just looks like a door. Weird. Alright, let's get out of here. A long way to travel. Water. Oh no, I can't control my character. Out of the way! Oh my god. I literally just jumped over I was over a massive fall then. Luckily I can fly. Alien thighs, constrictor thighs. This is a very unique idea. The list goes on and on, you say. Well, I'll take your word for it. Keep up the good work. Alright, I'm gonna... Where am I? I'm gonna make a small visit to our buddies up here. Just to see if anything's different. There's a few buildings around here that still require a key, and I don't think I've ever gotten... Although I... Well, if it ain't the curse dodger in the flesh. Are you here to... They're just probing me. That's fine. That's fine. Do you have any new things to say? What was it you said earlier about treasures? Priceless heirlooms in forgotten cellars. Sky pirate loot buried where no one dared dig for it. Beings from outside reality that'll grant your heart's desire. I've already gone. Alright, I don't think there's anything. I don't think there's anything new here. Alright, how do I get home? I can't remember the way. Maybe this way. Yeah, I kind of wonder... Let's zoom in on... Oh wait, I did zoom in. Did I? I wonder if there's like a tunnel here. Or maybe there was a bridge, but it's gone. Maybe it's an invisible bridge. Could be. Could try. There's nothing that the bridge would line up to though, that's the thing. Do 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 do. Alrighty. Let's have a quick look at our quest. Oh no, wait. I just realized. I was supposed to go over here. I was right there. I'm so dumb. I forgot where I was going. Alright. Royal Vision works in the far northeast. You know, I think I've still not gone there yet. And get the whole truth and Project Horoscope. Okay, let's do that. We're going to the Mechanist Guild. As soon as I remember how to get there. Oh wait, this goes down. Why do I always forget that this elevator goes down? What's wrong with me? Go up. Go up. We need to go in here. We're looking for someone. What's your name? this guy here? What's your name? Oh, this is him. Speak quickly, citizen. My time is in high demand. Let's have a little chat about Project Horoscope. Sonal narrows his eyes at you. Am I meant to recognize that name? You're telling me that was someone other than Sunil Khan's name all over project files? Sunil looks at you with a hint of surprise, the first time you've seen him off balance. How did you... You tell Sunil what you discovered about Oleg's daughter, Afra. When you're finished, he sighs. My, you have been inquisitive. Were your loyalties not so obviously suspect, you might even have made a good interpreter. So, what is it you imagine you will get from me? I just want to know the truth. Oleg deserves to know the truth. Chief Interpreter Afra deserves to know the truth. I'm going to say the top one. The things recorded in the Library of Untruths are fictions. They never happened. We are discussing imaginary hypotheticals. Do you understand? Sure. This is all only a fairy tale. Oddly, Sunil smiles. In a certain land, in a certain kingdom, very far away from here, yes, quite so. In a certain land, there was a king with magical powers. One day, the king's retainers asked if he could use his magic to transform people into their best selves. The king agreed, but first ordered a test. The king's retainers would scour the land to find 6 people who between them embodied all its variation in character and temperament. The king would then multiply each candidate 6-fold, changing every copy in a different way. The original candidates would remain unchanged. See what happened when the king did nothing. And to keep the test pure, the king would make all 36 subjects forget they were ever part of it. Is that why the king wouldn't grant Oleg's daughter's wishes? Go on, I want to hear how the story ends. Arsafism. There is no Oleg in this tale, but yes, the fictional king we are discussing could not allow the original 6 subjects to be magically altered in any way, lest the experiment become tainted. The 6th candidate, Afra, was wild and disobedient, showing little promise. Yet it was one of their copies, the 6th in fact, who proved wisest of all. And so the king was satisfied and began using his magic to create many more good and faithful subjects. It was a great sorrow when the original Afra was consumed by a plague unleashed by the king's enemies. But eventually the plague was defeated and everyone, or almost everyone, lived happily ever after. So, there ends the fairy tale, and there ends your telling of it, if you wish for a happy ending of your own. Is this how the corruption started with Project Horoscope? Oh, would you care to explain your logic? You gave your king the power to alter people, then people began turning into monsters. Don't you think that's a bit suspicious? Funnel examines you silently for some time. You must think you're very clever indeed, like a child who sees a house burned down and believes the wood is to blame. That corruption is entangled with the king's power of alteration is trivially true. Trivially true. And the guild has never denied it. The real question is, who or what is thwarting those powers' correct operation? But it is abundantly clear that you know nothing of the king's magic, and I have better things to do than indulge the misapprehension of children. Let me hear your little fairy tale again. Are we finished here? I have questions about the kingdom. Why won't you end this winter? People are struggling to get basic goods. That is a myth, spread by the saboteur and other foreign agents. While some regions are experiencing temporary shortages in specific items, all our measurements of overall supply are within acceptable bounds. The facts, if you care about such things, show that Its Majesty has been forced to undertake a controlled and temporary climatic realignment in order to offset the effects of previous sabotage and increase the long-term fertility of our soil. By the way, have you visited Hollowshire lately? How equitably would you say the famine is being dealt with by their nobles and their polymaths, the Inquisition? When goods are in shortage, our ruler apportions them rationally, based on unshakable principles of fairness. It is the saboteur who disrupts this fair distribution by damaging Its Majesty's functions and hoarding its gifts to profit on the black market. Is that all? My patience is remarkable, but not infinite. This guy is a saboteur. Okay, missing persons. You learned the fate of Oleg's missing daughter Afra, who was consumed by corruption after taking part in a secret experiment called Project Horoscope. When confronted, Speaker Sunil admitted that Horoscope was an early test of the Clockwork King's power to magically alter people, and perhaps at the root of the corruption. All that's left is to return to Oleg in his house on the northeast islet of Ferropolis. I think he's not going to be there. How do I leave again? I always forget where the exit is. Northeast. Where was his house? Where was his house? Over here. Oleg. Oh, it's here. You find Oleg absorbed in some kind of word puzzle. He is sober, but when he glances up, you see bags under his eyes. You again. Have you come to throw in the towel? I found your daughter. Her name was Afra. Oleg stares at you for a long time without visible emotion. Are you trying to scare me? You just picked that out of some book you read. She'd be 36 this year. She worked on a farm in Istrik. She wanted to come home to Ferropolis, but the king denied her. She wanted to go to technical school, but they sent her to a factory. Then they took away her medicine, so she got fired. Am I going to have to remember her whole history? She asked the king to change her body, but it refused. At one point she got arrested for wearing the wrong clothes. I feel like all of these facts sound kind of true, but I don't remember exactly. Damn it, I wish I'd done this all in one day. Come on, Mimyh, it was only a day ago. What happened? Was it a day ago, or did we do this last week? I went to the library and I read her whole history. Trying to remember. think she would be 36. I think that's accurate. Ba, 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 ba. I remember this too. Oleg looks at the wall. He starts to reach for a bottle, then stops. Afra, what kind of name is that? Must have been Genevieve's idea. I would never have chosen it. Well, you use the past tense, so I assume it's not good news. I'm sorry, your daughter is dead. Tell him about Project Horoscope. Actually, it's complicated. You tell Oleg the whole story, from the cleanup camp to your confrontation with Sunil. At one point, his hands begin shaking, but he hides them in his lap. I had suspicions, of course, that my forgetting was no accident. We all know the guild changes people. Normal people, not just crooks and saboteurs. If you are observant, you see signs everywhere. Only you can never be sure who is safe to tell. He shakes his head. Special project. I guess I ought to feel honored. I should have looked after her, given her an easy job, a pension, at least a fucking medal. Well then, do you still have my locket? I left it with your daughter. It seemed like the right thing to do. You see his temper start to flare and he opens his mouth to yell, but something inscrutable deserts him at the last moment and he slowly sags back into his chair, staring at the table. I'm not sure if I was supposed to bring the locket back or not now. It seemed like she wanted it. Pah, sentimental crap, but he sighs. Perhaps it is fitting. We're not the queens of the ancient surface buried with their belongings. Oleg looks up at you, clearly struggling for words. The way this ends is no fault of yours. You have given me answers. I'm in your debt. Wait a minute, this isn't over. Oleg's expression turns sour. What now? Can a man not be left to grieve in peace? There are versions of your daughter that survived. Don't you want to meet them? Corrupted or not, Afra recognized the locket. She remembers you. Don't you see you're part of this? Your job upholds the regime that got her killed. Man, there's so many things to say. I'm reluctant to tell him to go and see his corrupted daughter because I don't want to be responsible for him being killed. And he's probably going to say, if I tell him that he's got like clones of his daughter, I expect he's going to be like, I don't want to meet some magic king corrupted versions of my daughter that aren't really her. Your job upholds the regime that got her killed. That's true, that started an uprising. He eyes you venomously. What exactly are you saying? That this was my fault? What kind of question is that for a grieving father? Was that a question? You can't just carry on like nothing is wrong. You have power in this kingdom. You could do something. He slams the table. Enough! What the hell do you know about my life? About my country? I know enough. You think I can just knock on the king's door and ask nicely? You think they can't find someone else who wants my job at my house? I protect this kingdom. It is outsiders like you, sneaking in and out, smugglers, mercenaries, saboteurs and spies that force the king to take such a heavy hand. If everyone followed the law, none of this would have happened. Yeah, okay. Okay, mate. Please, no more questions. What else is there to say? Guy's in denial. I am happy for them, but they are not my daughters. You say they were altered by magic, then they are new people. If they are anyone's children, they are the king's. Let its majesty look for them. Look for them if it wants. Now please, no more questions. Corrupted Afra recognizes the locket. She remembers you. Are you going to say that some part of her is still in there? That maybe there is a way to save her? These are foolish tales people tell themselves because they are scared of the truth. Hey Dolo, welcome in. How are you today? Just as a corpse may grasp and twitch hours after death, so the corrupted vomits up chunks of their person they replace. What you spoke to was only an echo, like a ghost. Besides, what would I do? Break her out of her cage, smuggle her past a quarantine, hide her in my cupboard, then we would both be destroyed. My daughter is gone. Whatever thing has her body now, let them burn it. Please, no more questions. Well, that is the last question. A debt like this can never be made square, but let me at least give you a down payment. Clockwork Smuggler's Key. This key was kindly donated by a smuggler we picked up. In a polite and civil conversation, he told us that it unlocks a stolen royal freight capsule, jettisoned from his ship while flying over one of those outlying islands nobody visits. The island is only reachable by air, but you can bet there's treasure on that capsule. It was going to be my retirement plan until somehow the key vanished from our stockpile. Oh well, happens all the time. And now I must ask one more favor, not for me, but for my daughter. Take this candle to the missing persons notice board after dark, light it, and let that be an end. I'm doing well. I'm doing very well too. I'm looking forward to the weekend and getting some extra sleep. Have a nap. Sleep in late. One more day. You know, I can't help but wonder if I was supposed to have figured out how to get an airship already. Maybe I get one after the Clockwork Kingdom stuff. Expect that once I get all 4 of the people, I need to get an airship so that I can chase after Vela, who's gone underneath all of the islands. How else am I gonna get there? I don't know how to break this to you, but you have most of a week to get through before that. No, that's not true. Is your weekend not Saturday and Sunday? No, my weekend starts tomorrow. I work Sunday. I want to get an airship. Don't you want to be there when I light it? I will find my own kind of ceremony. Some things must be done properly, that is all. Alright. You leave him sitting in his cold little apartment, absorbed in his puzzle. I'm exhausted. Let's go, go to sleep and wake up at night time to light the candle. Beep beep. Give me a room. The surface of the notice board is entirely lost beneath layers upon layers of paper, while half-melted candles shelter at its foot. The sign at the top reads, "Missing persons. Light a candle for Oleg's daughter." You Place Oleg's candle among the others and light the wick. A soft green glow suffuses the leaves of paper, each one marking a life and name. You think about Oleg's daughter and all her sisters and all the people for whom there will never be any candles. Then you think about the faces you saw on your way here. What have they lost that they won't let themselves mourn? Whose absence do they feel without even knowing it? How many are pretending not to see the abyss for fear of being dragged in too? How many think it could never happen to them? Behind you someone begins to sing, croaking and hesitant at first. No words, just a mournful, keening tune. Something like an elegy, something like a howl. Solve the mystery of the missing child. A prayer and a promise, a hymn for the missing. Alright, man just started. Let me look at the things we got. What did we get? Gave me this. Unlocks a freight capsule, so I can't use this because I need to fly there. What else did I get just then? Keening means something like a lamenting vocalization. This. Invigorating locket. Wait, when did this come? When did I get this? A locket that increases the wearer's stamina threshold, which makes long-term fatigue less severe. When open, this locket shows a peculiar forest that appears to move as if alive. There is no glass. Invigorating vapors spill through. What? What? Alright. Alright, I'm gonna go on a bit of an explore. That was a fun little quest line. It had some confusing moments, but I think maybe the best way to do a lot of these quests is to not do multiple quests at once and just do one quest at a time and actually like focus on it. I'm pretty confused. Are you? I'm sorry. I think that some of the quests in this area, even though they're kind of tied together a little bit, so you might want to do them at the same time, some of the information can get a little I don't want to say convoluted. Some of the quest lines can feel a little similar in theme, and it can get a little hard to tell which information relates to which quest and stuff. Unless you're doing it all in one day. The missing persons quest didn't feel like a really important thing, but I feel like I'll fall if I jump there. This must be where the doctor is. It's like the only place on the island that I haven't been yet. It would if it were someone, you know? Yep. Yep. Missing person quest would make a difference if it was someone you knew. Oh, I just passed. I used the wrong button. I feel like the missing person quest being someone you don't know is kind of the point though, because if that's locked, it's a mystery about who they are and where they come from, and why they are a thing at all. Hi, are you the doctor? Are you the doctor? The clerk trills in a sing-song voice that she clearly practiced hundreds of times. Hello, citizen, and welcome to the Royal Vision Works. Are you here for yourself or on behalf of somebody else? No, actually, I'm just leaving. No, someone else. Lovely. Now, I must inform you that we can't sign a contract without meeting the candidate in person or examining them if they're medically incapable, but I'm happy to walk you through the details. We have a number of positions open, with contracts ranging from 3 clockwork standard months to 12 years. How long were you thinking of staying? How long is a clockwork standard month again? What exactly were you talking about? Why, becoming a vision worker. That is what you're here for, isn't it? All of our workers are provided room and board along with top-notch medical care from the illustrious Dr. Prip. Half the proceeds of their work are retained by the institution, and the other half is theirs to keep. You can have the money paid out twice monthly to a designated benefactor, or held safely for you until your contract ends. And of course, all your work will be properly credited under your own name. Would you like to read through some example contracts, or try a sample of our patented sleeping draught? I would love that. Benny Fishy, Airy. Benny Fishy. I'm not here to talk about becoming a worker. Look, pretend I'm a child. What is this place? Well, it's like I said, this is the Royal Vision Works. We make bottled visions. The clerk smiles coldly. If you're not here for any particular reason, I'm afraid I can't help you. I don't really have time for idle hobnobbing. Mate, you're standing in an empty room and there's nobody coming here. Actually, I'm here to see Dr. Prip. I'm sorry, Dr. Prip is extremely busy at present and is only seeing visitors by appointment. Can I help you with anything else? Show Mechanist insignia. Take me to Prip or the king will hear of it. The clerk looks perturbed. Oh, my apologies, Your Honor. Why didn't you say earlier? He doesn't have time for your hobnobbery. Even so, I'm afraid I will need to see some kind of order from the king. It says so in our letter patent, you see. She points to an official-looking document, proudly displayed on the wall. I'm here about a very sensitive matter. Best for everyone if it stays off the books, no? Success! Success. Okay. Clerk gives you a knowing look. Ah, of course, Your Honor. Good doctor is up the top floor. I'm sure he'll be happy to assist you. She remembers herself. Oh, And long live the king, of course. Well, that was successful. Give me that. This slumbering citizen is murmuring softly to themselves. You can't make out what they're saying, if indeed there are any words at all. This technician is watching one of the sleepers with a pensive expression on their face. You know, sometimes I wonder what they're going through. It must be amazing in its way. From the outside, it looks like they're snoozing as soundly as a baby given gin to keep it quiet, but inside, they're living lives we can barely imagine, full of wonder and terror. Haven't you ever tried one of their visions? Me? Oh no, I never touch the stuff. My friends think I'm weird, but maybe they'd feel the same after working here. Bum, bum, bum. They're harvesting their dreams. Either they're testing them or they're making them. I'm not 100% sure. I think maybe they're making them. Sorry, mate. No time to chat. I have a lot of bedpans to empty and clean before the end of my shift. And the vegetables aren't about to lend a hand. Oh man. Bruh. Why would you be using bedpans? Kind of archaic, isn't it? Surely you'd have a better setup than that. Although this place is pretty primitive, really. For all of its fancy pants cipher magic. It doesn't have time for your hobnobbery. Should say that more often. Alright, this is the doctor. A smell of jasmine lingers around the excessively well-kept man. Little round spectacles frame his cadaverous face, and a neatly trimmed mustache nestles on top of his lip. They actually made this character look the way they described him. Well, well, there's something one doesn't see every day. A mystery visitor. I know all of the names and faces of my workers. Regular visitors, so I would warrant you are here to see me. Gives you a small but theatrical bow. Dr. Karl von Pripp, at your service. Physician, vision right, and appointed steward of all the industrious dreamers who serve here. So what brings you to the Royal Vision Works today? Draw your weapon. This place is sick. I'm here to liberate your workers. I wonder how that would go down. It is sick though. These people need to stop what they're doing. I'm here on behalf of a woman who can't wake up. What is this place? It looks like a hospital, but it feels like a prison. A prison, on the contrary. Most of our workers come here of their own free will. The rest are far past the point of making their own decisions. Some come from desperate circumstances and wish to lift their relatives out of a financial hole. Others are working to furnish their own future. Occasionally, a delinquent debtor will be given the choice of coming here instead of being jailed. A rare few of them are, to be blunt, simply tired of life. I hope even my detractors would agree that my patented ever-sleep elixir is far preferable to suicide. And what does the royal part mean? We enjoy the letter patent from our glorious Clockwork King, which gives us a legal monopoly on exporting bottled visions outside the kingdom. Separately, I am chairman of the Honoric Oversight Committee, which regulates the vision trade, licenses vision rights, and ensures that bottles hazardous to public morale are taken off the shelves. It is a duty that I take exceedingly seriously. How else can I be of service? Alright. I'm here on behalf of a woman who can't wake up. Dr. Pripp listens to your tale with studious dispassion, his brows slightly furrowed. It is a most unfortunate case. Alas, it is also a familiar one. Would you like the good news first, or the bad news? Let me guess. We can't help her, but she could come and live here. The bad news. The bad news that there's no known cure for chronic... what is this word? What is this word? Onarism. Onaronism. Once it advances to such a late stage, naturally this is a major avenue for my research, but in my professional opinion, it is unlikely to bear fruit for at least a decade. Good news is that I can offer at least 2 solutions to the poor girl's predicament. Her mother may not like them, but I am a doctor and not a minor god. The simplest option is for Nadia to join our happy crew. Many of our workers are chronic cases like her, and I can assure you they are comfortable and well taken care of. The mother would share in the profits while being relieved of the burden of caring for her, and could visit regularly during our open hours. Naturally, we would also pay you a finder's fee. I have no idea what that word means. It's probably a made-up word for the game. Alternatively, Yasmin could buy her own vision siphon, also known as a dream crown. I believe the current price is 120 coins, including permit fee. This would enable her to support Nadia at home by bottling and selling her visions independently. You can't be serious. Tell me more about Yasmin buying a dream crown. Memory serves, she could buy one at Vidal's shop. She would need a permit, but since I chair the body that approves said permits, that won't be a problem. I must caution you that without the benefit of our extensive distribution network and our royal monopoly on exports, this option would inevitably be less lucrative for Yasmin. On the other hand, with practice, Yasmin could learn to capture her own dreams and administer them to Nadia, potentially permitting a form of bi-directional communication between the pair. Any other questions? Maybe about becoming a worker. Chronic ironist. I can't remember how I said it before. Are an interesting cohort. For all their outward lethargy, their imaginations remain superbly active, which is to say, profitable. One ironist. I don't think it's one ironist. One ironist. I mean, that's obviously how you would separate it, but it can't be one ironist. Oneronism. Oneronist. I think it's Oneronist. Yeah, let's go with Oneronist. Oneronism. Oneronists. Oneronists. Yeah, let's do that one. What was I saying? Their imaginations remain superbly active, which is to say profitable. Profitable, isn't it? Here at the works, we can bottle their visions en masse using cutting-edge equipment, and we enjoy good relationships and very favorable rates with both domestic and foreign distributors. We also host a weekly support group for family members of chronic Oneronists, which Yasmin would be welcome to attend. Any other questions? No, that's pretty much it. I have to see what Yasmin thinks. Vision Workers Permit. Why don't you take one of our standard contracts for her to read through? A pre-stamped 0th class Royal Post envelope is included in the package. If Yasmin accepts our offer, I shall leave your finder's fee with Vidal at the Vision Trader in Ferropolis. Throw the chrome chuck back in his face. Shove it up your ass, prip. Thanks, I suppose. Remember, this is not a decision that should be taken lightly. I encourage Yasmin to take all the time she wishes. They gave me a lot of opportunity to attack this guy. I'm kind of wondering if I'm supposed to. I feel like this is one of those cases where you threaten the guy and you say that he's terrible, and then the dialogue is like, listen, I fulfill a need, and without me, these people would be very, very unhappy. Divination from dreams. Oh, it's a thing. It has something to do with abnormal sleep. Thank you for the toll. Normal dreams. That chest was not worth it. 7 coins isn't bad though. I wonder if the mum is going to make up her own mind, or if I'm going to influence her decision. I dream about Mimyh sometimes. In it, she acknowledges me and I sleep like a baby. Oh, that's lovely. I'm glad I could help. We've got to find the house again. A huge stack of houses. I think it might be this one here. Alright. I have to decide what to do. Obviously, her taking care of her daughter herself is probably a better choice, but maybe she doesn't want to be permanently taking care of her daughter. Maybe she needs money a lot more. You find Yasmin feeding her daughter porridge from a wooden bowl, singing a soft lullaby. She looks worn down to the bone. Yasmin glances in your direction. Oh, hello again. Did you have any luck? I managed to find a doctor, but it's not good news. You hand her the sheaf of paper that Prip gave you and begin to explain. From the way Yasmin listens, you can tell that she has plenty of experience maintaining composure in the face of tragedy. This time, though, it's not enough. Awkwardly, there. Offer her a handkerchief to wipe her eyes. Give her a silent hug. When she's finished, she looks over at Naja for a long time. Oh, my darling, how could I have let this happen to you? Yasmin looks back at you. I know you did your best, but this is quite the dilemma you've brought me. What do you think I should do? Oh, here we go. I'd send her to the Vision Works. That way you won't have to worry anymore. I'd keep Naja at home, even if it'll be a struggle sometimes. Man, how is she not having any input in this conversation at all? I don't want to just straight up tell her what to do. I don't want to tell her that she should take care of her if she doesn't feel like she can. Hey Potan, welcome in. How are you today? So, in the one hand, I get a finder's fee, and she gets more money. But her daughter gets put into, like, a... institute, basically. How work was yesterday? Work was okay, actually. It was less busy. It was alright. It was okay. Institutionalize her. Yeah, that seems kind of mean though. I don't want to be responsible for putting someone in an institute. Why can't her mother make this decision? It feels wrong that I'm influencing her. But if she keeps her at home and buys... I'm gonna have to buy the crown, I can tell. If we buy that, she can try to have, like, share some dreams with her daughter so that she can communicate. Get the crown for her. Thank you for thank you for saying both options. I think you should keep her at home. Yes. You can't put a price on family. I may not know how to care for Naja properly, or bottle visions, but I can learn. King knows I've seen a lot of change in my life, although it would be a lot of work. If my sickness flares up, I might not be able to keep the business going. We could easily end up back where we started without a penny. My heart tells me I should keep Naji here, no matter how long it takes for me to learn the vision trade or how difficult it would be to take care of her. And if there's any way that I can still communicate with her, even if it's only through dreams, I want to take it. Truthfully though, it's moot. I don't have 120 coins to buy a dream crown from Vidal. I don't care. I don't doubt I ever will. My neighbors have been a tremendous help, but there isn't that much cash in the entire tenement. I suppose I'll get in touch with the Dr. Prip and begin the process. What else can I do? The Vision Works is the right place for Naja. After all, wouldn't she want you to live comfortably? Why is that a charm option? Doesn't that mean that... See, now I'm really conflicted. She's not well, and like, what happens when she gets older? See, the thing is though, there's nothing stopping her from sending her to Dr. Prip later on. She doesn't have to do it straight away. When she gets sick, then she can send her there. But for the meantime, there's no reason why she can't just keep her for a little bit. Let's see if I could pay for the crown. I'm not trying to get out of paying for it. I don't think $120 is that much. You can tell that Yasmin is conflicted about your offer. What? Oh no, I couldn't possibly accept that. You've already helped so much. Really, I insist. Call it a loan if you like. No interest. Pay it back before the world ends. She smiles a little, then looks up at you with fear in her eyes. Very well then. That will be enough time, I should think. Whatever the outcome, you've helped Naja more than I could have asked. I wish I could pay you for your time, but, well, perhaps this will suffice. Obtained a house in the Clockwork Kingdom. What? This is the deed to our old family home just outside Veripolis. Technically, we need the petition to petition the Clockwork King for a change of ownership. But since the militia have all but abandoned the countryside, you should be left alone. Thank you. This time her smile is warm and genuine. We have more luck with it than we did. What? I don't need a house. I did a good thing. I am a good person. I did a good thing. I'm a good person, she says into the mirror every night. I have a house. Funny it worked like that in real life. Hem. How much money do I have? I have $600. Maybe they could be... Maybe they could have sold that. Yeah, I wonder. I don't think there's many people looking to move to the country in this kingdom. I think everyone's moving out of the country to live in the city. Oh, I leveled and I forgot about it. I wanted to put another point in might because I kept finding doors that I couldn't break, that I couldn't open any other way. But maybe that was a bad idea. Oh well. I wonder how much money, I want to look it up. I wonder how much money I would have gotten if I had done it the other way. I can't remember what quest that was. Hold on. Completed quests. Fusion trade. Alright. Suggest moving now to the facility. 30 charm check just gives extra dialogue. Then speak to Vidal to get your reward and close the quest. Parapolis house deed. You get the house deed anyway. That's fucking stupid. 23 coins, which can be given back. Oh, you only get 23 coins? That's a small amount of money. You get the same achievement regardless, though. Well, it seems like there's not a huge difference in what you do. I wonder which house it is. Let's see if we can find it. It could be this one over here. Actually, it probably is this one here because it's right next to the fast travel and a save spot. So this is probably it. Yeah, this is it here. It's kind of a shame that you can own multiple houses, but you have to upgrade them separately. Like, it's not surprising, but kind of expensive. Let's just fix it up a little. We can have a balcony and everything. We'll do the cheap upgrades. Annex. Balcony. Let's do the plant one. Alright. Now what are we doing? What is our current quest? Oh, we need to go this way. It's time to visit our old mate. We're getting close to finishing the clockwork stuff. I'd say we finished it today. Alright. Yeah. I found this brass cylinder in a ruin. Do you recognize it? What comes after? I'm not 100% sure. How would I know? We can't possibly know yet. It's all a mystery. Why, yes, I do. It's part of that old music box over there. I'm no good with devices, so I've never been able to figure out what was wrong. But how did you find it? The box hasn't played in years. Where's the box? Is it? This is a bloody big music box. It's a music box of rare and intricate design. Its lid depicts pastoral scenes of ordinary mortals walking and relaxing together, finely inlaid with iridescent chitin and mother of cloud pearl. However, there doesn't seem to be any music in it. Insert the brass drum. You laboriously wind up the mechanism and then release. As the cylinder turns, its needles pluck the teeth of a steel comb and a tender, twinkling music begins to play. It's a haunting tune, somehow familiar and ethereal all at once, unlike a lullaby from time's own beginning. You feel a shiver run up your spinal cord, and the hair on your arms prick up. Behind you, a porcelain teacup smashes on the floor. Metcalf gazes into nothingness, his eyes half closed. His breathing is slow and gentle, as if he's sleeping. Wave your hand in front of his face. Poke him. Poke him. Quick as a flash, he jerks awake and grabs your wrists with surprising strength. No! Frantic eyes dart around the room before coming to rest on you. His breathing is sharp and shallow, like he's just survived a fight. You blooming idiot, you've ruined my cover! Paxton Frost, I presume. Frost glares at you. You think I want to remember any of that mess? I did this, you nincompoop. I erased my memories. It's the only thing that's kept me hidden from the Clockwork King for all these years. The only thing protecting Samuel. And now you've gone and ruined it all. You blinking artichoke. That's interesting. It seems I can't swear. How did you erase your own memories? What? As if it's hard? Perhaps you're aware that the king alters people's minds. With an old book on memory magic purloined from the Duchess, I had little trouble back engineering the technology. I called in a favor outside the Mechanist Guild to create some false records, and voila! Horace Metcalf was born, except now you've killed him, and you prize-flipping dimwit. Aren't you happy to be your true self again? No, I don't think he is. You seriously brainwashed yourself not to swear. In my Dark Star days, I was known for having a rather dirty mouth. All just compensating, of course. Still, making Horace more prissy seemed a useful addition to my guise. Aren't you happy to be a true self again? No. Listen, never mind all that. I need your help. Never mind all that. Really, I should have said the thing about being your true self, because even though we know that he's not, still could have heard his explanation. Help! You blunder in here, you set fire to my life, and you want my help. You can go hang yourself. I'll have my bally hands full, escaping the kingdom, and, oh yes, never seeing anyone I love ever again. Bella Colosi is trying to destroy the world. If I don't find Vela, the Inquisition will kill me. I like how it always comes down to these three options. Vela is trying to destroy the world. Frost's brows rumble as he listens to your explanation. So, it's begun. Vela's great work. Has she already gone to the Underlands? Yes, but we can't get her without you. Something called the Cradle. Shakes his head. Not my problem. If you found me, it's only a matter of time until the king finds me too. I must put my affairs in order and depart immediately. You followed Vela for years. How can you just walk away? You helped Vela build her army. How is she not your problem? He snarls. Because I never was a Darkstar. I was a spy. Ooh, the plot thickens. As a young man, it was my misfortune to become a hero of the Clockwork Kingdom. My aptitude with ancient Emberian machines was prized, and I was easily dazzled by conditional acclaim. You must understand, the future used to be so bright here. People lived well, and we truly seemed on the brink of a better world. I wanted to believe that more than anyone. So when the king gave me a chance to truly serve my country, I accepted. I posed as a disgruntled Emiger, offering my services to Vela Colosi. Together we spent the next 8 years unlocking the secrets of the Emberians, all of which I secretly relayed to my sovereign. Having been somewhat of a thespian in my school days, I confess I found this subterfuge exciting. However, one does not wear a mask for so long without it changing one's face. As news from the kingdom grew darker, I came to trust Vela over the king. She promised that we could be the ones to build Elysium, using powers from before the world end, and until that blooming mutiny, I believed her. What caused the mutiny? Discontent had been brewing over our frayed relationship with the Union, and anyone could see that Vela was growing more reckless and paranoid by the week. Her plan to drag us all to the Underlands was merely the final straw. How did Vela respond? Mutiny was led by Vela's childhood friend. I think she felt it as rejection, not only to her plans but of herself, of everything they'd shared. Pray that on the day you feel like that, you do not have command of an echelon class kilo caliber. How did you do in the end? What did you do? I thought for Vela that day, but my faith was broken. I'd lived through enough purges and coup d'etat in the king's early years to know a tyrant when I saw one. Still, my mission stood, or so I thought. As it turned out, my next orders would be my last. The king wanted me to steal Vela's treasure map, to betray the only people I'd ever felt truly at home with, and deliver untold power to an increasingly callous despot. Yet what was my alternative? Betray my homeland and hand that power instead to an increasingly cruel and unstable outlaw. It was an impossible choice. I did what any coward would do. He shrugs. I ran away. My only mistake was to hide my old memories instead of destroying them. A sentimental lapse I shan't repeat. What's the point of hiding your memories if you're never going to remember that they're there? I guess the idea that you don't want to completely get rid of them entirely, even if you know you can't find them again. Why did you choose those ruins in particular? Because they were my home. I grew up in progress, amidst the machinery that was meant to liberate us all. As to how many of my family escaped, I can only speculate. A fitting grave for a failed patriot, wouldn't you say? What did Vela's treasure map point to? Something more valuable than gold, or so she said. An ancient artifact with the power to turn the world upside down. I was skeptical, but evidently the king was willing to burn my entire mission just to get hold of it. We've no time for this. What's done is done. Regardless, nothing has changed. I still lack the courage either to help Vela or to stop her. You have destroyed my life for no good purpose, and now I shan't bid you adieu. No, I shall bid you adieu. Please, wait a second. Just hear me out. Will you shut your mouth for 1 fucking second? His eyes narrow. I beg your pardon? How dare you? Do you actually know what's been happening in your beloved kingdom? Are you completely ignorant about anything outside your little cozy little life? Of course I'm not. My memories from Horus are cloudy, but he wasn't blinking stupid. So you know everyone's memories keep vanishing and nobody knows why. Well, he blinks. Wait, what? No, of course not, because you've been sitting here sucking your thumb while cooking up fantasy to distract everyone from their kingdom's death spiral. The world is fucked. You've been spinning yarns to distract people while their neighbors die. We'll do the first one. I say, I hardly think that's... I'm not finished. My character's losing it. But what if I ruined your little game of pretend? We can't all just choose to deny reality. You're one of the only people in the world who can stand up to Vela, and hiding from it won't make it go away. There is a long silence as you stare at each other. Would you perhaps like a moment to get your breath back? Actually, I would. Shut up. Shut up. Ross lets out a long, deep sigh. You're right, of course. I have been hiding from the fear that my better world will never come to pass. No matter who's in charge, it always goes wrong, and yet I cannot bring myself to truly give up hope. At least for Horus, things were simple. Forget Vela and forget the king. What's down there? You could build the world yourself. Nah, that's a bad idea. Wait, is that a bad idea? I don't know, I don't know. What is my end goal of this game? If we get the treasure before Vela, do I rebuild the world to make it better? Or do I... The world is pretty fucked. You've seen where these grand ideas always end. Let's stop Vela from dragging everyone down with her. You can't build that world by magic or force. You do it by helping the people you love. It's so true. Perhaps there is truth in what you say. It was always so easy to defer to other people's dreams, to trust the impresario, and play the role I was given. Now the stage is burning and half the audience are dead. All I wanted was a quiet life with Sam. Well, I don't need to know all the answers to know that's still worth fighting for. I can at least make sure Vela's treasure doesn't blow up the world and figure out the rest as I go. However, that is not enough. I want a full Inquisition pardon. I want Union citizenship for me, Samuel and his family. I want 5,000 coins in silver bullion and another 5,000 in fully assignable, non-revocable promissory notes. From Gilda Riova. I'll do what I can. So you're only a pawn. Then tell your masters that if they don't promise it, they will wake up on the morning of their final assault to find me gone and all their machines dead. Vela always planned to hole up... I got an item. To hole up at the blinding light if things went pear-shaped. Since she is now in the wind, I would guess you have already captured the fortress. I'll make my way there. But first, Frost closes his eyes, taking a deep breath. First, I must say goodbye to Sam. I'd rather hoped we might get married, perhaps even petition to adopt. Well, I suppose I'll have to wait. He was just standing there this whole time listening to this. He didn't participate in the conversation at all. Kind of funny. I'm sorry, mate. I'm stealing your husband. We've got a mission. Look at that. Look at us ticking boxes. You have found and recruited a small crew of former Darkstar mercenaries. With their help, your hunt for Vela can begin in earnest. Report back to the High Confessor in the Blinding Light to plan your next course of action. We did it. We did it. It's time to get my ship. Also, we need to do this quest. God worshippers from the realm of Hollowshire. The polymath in Hollow Town has requested your aid. She suggests you inquire further in the farmlands to the northeast of Hollow. We should do some of these quests as well. Legendary battle was fought, however you won't be able to visit unless you have access to an airship. Okay. Pass through the gate bridge. I suppose I should actually use this. Return to Afra in the park in Ferropolis after nightfall for your next task. Alright, let's do that. We should take the bridge just so that quest is completed. I'm not sure which bridge it is. I think it's this one. Even though there's two bridges. What am I doing? Okay, now where is that bridge? Ah, I'm not remotely close. Alright, let's go that way. I'm pretty sure it's just over here. I could probably turn in... I wonder if I've found all the landmarks. I think I might have. Pew, 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 pew. $40 coins. Farewell. I think I might be done. Wait. Wait a minute. You need a union passport? I thought I had one. What do I have? Different passport. Well then. I guess we go over there. do I get over there? At least so far. Okay. Probably this way. These enemies up here, are they just weird, scary gargoyles? Alright, open the door. Hand over your travel permit for inspection. Examines your permit through a magnifying glass, then punches commands into a machine. You notice tufts of cotton protruding from his ears. Suddenly the machine screeches like God's nails being dragged across the chalkboard of your soul, and your stomach twists as if you're falling from great height. After several minutes, the guard removes his earplugs. His Majesty says you may pass. Long live the Clockwork King. We did it. We could have done that ages ago, but I just never needed to go this way. Because I can fast travel everywhere. Alright. We can do this, probably, maybe. And it's time to go back to Afra at night time and see what she has to say. We can fast travel back. I don't suppose you've caught sight of that fellow with an import permit of the Clockwork Kingdom. Yes, he's due south of here, along the cliffside. My saviour, fat lot of good this map did me. They should get you to pen the bloody things. As promised, here's some coin for your trouble. Since my assistant has left me in the lurch, I suppose I'll have to shift this cargo myself. He pauses. God damn it. Well, I'm glad I came back here. Easy money. Bam. Alright, now we go sleep the night. Wonder if my house is fixed yet. Yeah, I think it is. Yep, it's fixed. It looks lovely. Let's do one of these upgrades to... At the very least, we should make our house look nice. Oh, I got more pictures. Brushed up there. New character. Climb the stairs. I think that's new. Wish there was more things to choose from in these these weird paintings. Oh, my ad is about to start. I'm going to take a bit of a break. I didn't take a break last time, so I need to go to the bathroom and make... I'll be a few minutes. Oh man, I'm tired. Okay, I'll be back soon. Oh, he's away. Hey there.
Where could he have vanished to? He must be here somewhere.
Ew! What's the problem, Father? You look worried.
That fucker must have fired from here. He's probably fled already. I feel quite hungry.
No, don't go forward.
I'm going forward now.
No.
Reverse more. Reverse more.
But I can
Don't
go.
make me jump in that van and take you out of there.
Why am I going backwards? Why am I?
Oh my god, she's just pressing buttons.
Okay.
Maybe
Maybe.
just to press
Maybe.
buttons.
Park the car. Not busy until we have this team meeting.
Oh, it's funny as fuck.
More winching.
We're winching back to the left now.
Bobby.
Oh, fuck off. Little shit. Oh, oh no, oh no, oh my god. Oh no. Oh, oh shit.
You're not talking about my pie, are you? It doesn't look burnt. It's chocolate. It's chocolate. It's not burnt. It's not burnt. It's not burnt.
He said, "Oh, it's oil. We need petrol."
Why am I slurping nuggies? What's the point of eating?
Did you eat my nuggets? I think I almost got killed by a bear for me to save those nuggets.
I don't know how to feel. She just absolutely stole them from me.
Oh, he's away. Hey there.
Where could he have vanished to? He must be here somewhere.
Ew. What's the problem, father? You look worried.
That fucker must have fired from here. He's probably fled already.
I feel quite hungry.
Ah! Blah! Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Well. Vengeance! Vengeance is mine! Let's go! I wrecked him! I'm dying! Oh my god, it's all over.
Third time.
I didn't have water on me. Shut up!
It's so fucking
It's
funny.
not funny.
Yes, it is. It's the third time.
Why? Okay, listen. What? Oh my god! No! He snuck out at me! Oh no! I'm sorry. Oh god. I've got to stop crashing into people. There's just so many pedestrians. Insert a food grower. Insert in a food grower.
What? What's happening? What?
I need water. Feed me.
You
died.
I can't believe you died. You're insane.
I was so distracted by building that I died of dehydration.
Oh my god.
It
In a
happened
game
so
with no monsters
suddenly.
and nothing attacking you.
Listen, things that you don't seem to understand, okay, is this is my first time playing at all, even watching someone play it. Maybe I was a little overwhelmed with the many options, but I think I did pretty well, so you can just shut up. And even though I just had my ad break, I'll go to the toilet because I need to. So, nah.
Can I have some food? Can I have this? I'm hungry. I'm gonna starve here. Can I have some? They're all just leaving full bowls and I've got no breakfast. It's only 7 in the morning.
Henry, hold still! It's just one. Just one. Just one, you buffoon! I'll use a mouse, she said. It'll be easier, she said. Oh my fucking god, Henry, I swear. It's impossible!
Thank you for waiting. I'm here. Hey, Auntie, welcome in. How are you? Alrighty. Please know your thoughts on Bella. I don't know. I feel like it's interesting having a character like a antagonist that we've not really met or seen or talked to or anything, so I don't have an opinion on her yet. I think you're interesting. Thank you. I'm looking forward to meeting her properly and maybe hearing her side of things a little bit. I feel like the game is written in a way that siding with her or not siding with her both feel reasonable choices. Alright, it's time to go to town. Whee! Game looks really nice at nighttime. Black iced coffee. If I am going to have black coffee, I would usually have it iced. But given the choice, I would never pick black coffee. Actually, I would very rarely pick black coffee. Not my favorite. But sometimes in summer, I don't feel like a milky drink, even iced. Sometimes. Alpha's mechanical arm gives you a fluid salutation. Alright, this could be the ending of the Clockwork Kingdom questline, potentially. How goes our task, friend? Tap your cranium. Head full of gears as requested. Splendid. You're practically one of us now, eh? I promise you won't regret it. I doubt that. I don't want to leave. Unfortunate. I've been studying the message you retrieved from the graveyard. think Its Majesty wants us to pass it on elsewhere, but not by the usual channels. In the corrupted lands, there is a royal broadcast beacon, formerly used to send signals down to the Underlands. It was abandoned when corruption overtook the area, and has since fallen into disrepair. However, the king has not forgotten it. Unfortunately, the beacon is no longer answering remote commands, which means you, and I am truly sorry for this, must deliver the message in person. Really? She hands you a weighty folder of forest green leather. This is what a mechanists call a punch card. It's a way of recording information so the king can understand. In this case, music. Use the punch card to open the tower door, then insert it into the apparatus at the top of the beacon. This sounds incredibly dangerous. Why would you want to send signals to the Underlands? We asked the king the same question. His Majesty was adamant that someone or something might be alive down there and that contacting them was somehow crucial to the kingdom's future. Alas, no response ever came. Anything else? We did find out what they were saying. I think we did this yesterday. Did I? We found out what they were saying. We identified... We finished the missing child quest today. The mutated person was the person's child. We found out that they were the original of a series of experimental cloning, basically. And they became corrupted after the experiments. After the experiments, because of the experiments, coincidentally, I'm not 100% sure. I think it was because of the experiments. How do I get to the corrupted lands? The corrupted lands are southeast of here, across a great chasm carved out by the king's machines. Officially, there's no way in, but I found records of an old abandoned digging engine in the area that might help you offer your path. I'll have the king conjure the access code directly into your cranial moderator. Just picture me in your mind's eye with as much detail as you can, and I'll come to you. I'm not very good at picturing things in my Oh my god, the game is reading my mind. She smiles mischievously. Why not try it anyway? With all that new plumbing in your skull, you might be surprised. Anything else? Alright, fine. Fair enough. Wish me luck. The beacon is on a hilltop far east of Ferropolis across a huge artificial ditch. Far east? I'm confused. Whereabouts are they talking? Where am I supposed to go? Fuck, thank you. The beacon is on a hilltop. It must be that tower. Oh, that's the house. Oh, it's the house that I keep trying to open and not understanding why I can't open it. Alright, let's go. How do we get there in a timely fashion? Ew. I am fast. Fast as a hedgehog. It's this building. belly. I understand. That sounds awful. Push the button. The control panel is dizzying array of levers, dials, and buttons, many smashed or corroded. Among them is a slot-like entry port, waiting for input. A howling wind whips snow and ash across your face. Insert the punch card with the king's message. Card jams in the slot, but you give it a good shove. For a moment, nothing happens. The whole tower begins to vibrate. Needles jump back and forth along their dials. A transistor bursts in a shower of glass. One by one, indicator lights go green as the beacon reconnects with its long-lost king. Above you, the giant antenna crackles into life and emits a pulse of silent sound, felt in your belly rather than heard. The pulse emanates at regular intervals, singing a song that only your bones can hear, broadcasting a monarch's lonely cry down into the underlands. Suddenly, the control panel crackles and squeals before emitting a familiar voice. God's damned thing even work? Hey, arsehole, are you hearing this? Mimyh, is that you? Mimyh, no. This is ancient, mummified queen of the Underlands here to tell you that you have stupid noise. Stupid nose. Pinhead, nincompoop, fucking scroosh. What the hell is happening? Listen, we do not have long with this device, so pay attention. Mimyh has some friends who have been watching you through the king's eyes. They know all about Chief Interpreter Afra and her big plan. Enough to cannot be trusted. Go down to in Ferropolis and find a market trader called Reza. Ask them to the 7th letter. Do this before you Afra's punch card, understand? It appears Mikhail can no longer hear you. And I believe we have seen each other's souls. We have and discussed philosophy. Nothing matters. This, Mimyh, is asking you as a friend. There was nothing more, save for the roar of static. Wow, that I don't even really know what to say about what just happened. I came all the way out here just to be told that our mission is compromised. Our mission is compromised and I need to find somebody else to talk to. Thank you for the toll. Welcome in, Corvish. How are you? Hello. Alright, we need to find someone called Reza or something, but it's nighttime and I guess everyone's in bed. Let's use our spell. Get morning. Okay. You, Reza. What about you? Okay. Maybe it's this person. This person looks... Yeah, this has got to be it. Doing fine. How's the game? It's going pretty well. We've had some interesting things happen recently. Been pretty good. Lots of reading in the Clockwork Kingdom. What's that now, my dear? Let me find Looking Glass. Why is your face so small? She fishes among the charms dangling at her neck and produces a large glass lens, which has the disconcerting effect of magnifying her eye to enormous size. Much better, yes. You see, my dear, I must read your lips, for my ears cannot hear your words. Her one giant pupil dances back and forth like a fish in a bowl, and she examines you. You seek alchemical aid, do you not? Eye of worm, hair of slug, and all that. I am Madam... I don't know how to say that. I don't know. I give up. And in the rolling mist of your future, I sense a most fruitful relationship for both of us. My dear, alas, my dear, if only I could bottle a happier fate for you. Still, perhaps there's something I can do. I don't think this is the person I'm looking for. Adieu, madam. Let's see what you've been brewing. Oh, she's just got a shop. She just sells potions. It's nothing special. Nothing too special. Alright, I don't think it's this person. They must be on their own down here. Maybe it's the person that's looking for their dog or whatever. Are you, Rosa? This is where I was told to go, isn't it? Maybe it's the person with the bucket. Not the person with the bucket? Oi. Oh. Was this always here? You see a middle-aged person with light brown skin and an eye patch, dressed in an eclectic patchwork of colourful fabrics. You can't quite figure out their gender, which seems deliberate. Why, hello there, child. Come to browse. Thank you for the wet street, Corvus. What are you selling? Who are you? No, thank you. I'm just passing by. What are you selling? Charms and trinkets to attract the favour of the Clockwork King, or ward off his majesty's displeasure. Look here. This cogwheel was plucked from the king's own belly, described with sacred six-fold cipher. Worn around your neck, it will grant you fortune and summoning stations. Or this incense, burn it while you write a petition to the king, and it shall speed your requests. Who are you? Oh, it is Rosa. I was about to give up, but I didn't think it was them. My name is Rosa, child. Fortune teller, trinket vendor, and listener of many grapevines. For a price, I can sell you talismans of luck and protection, or perhaps even a little advice about your problems. Reza the Saboteur? Wait, it just tells me that it's a saboteur? What? You keep calling me child, but I'm at least as old as you. Reza gives you a crooked grin. We are all children of the cosmos, no? Wow. Wow. No talisman for me, thanks. What kind of problems do you mean? Everyone's problems are different, child. Truly help a person, there must be trust. Show Mechanist insignia. Charm. I'm new here and this place terrifies and confuses me. I'm glad for your guidance. Success. They examine you and then their expression softens. I'm sorry, child. I can only imagine. This is not a good place for travelers, is it? Everyone must deal with the king now and then. In my long life, I'm lucky to have learned a little of its majesty's ways. So I help people with their problems as best I can. Nothing illegal, just advice. I can encourage you to file an appeal that the guild will treat as high priority. Diagnose misfiring magic in your building's heating engine. Interpret a royal proclamation you can't make sense of. Perhaps even point you towards a friendly mechanist. I never cheat. No, I only help people find the path where everyone ends up happy. So you see, child, I too, in my own way, am a servant of the king. I actually have a confusing encounter with the king just recently. They listen to your tale. Oh, my child, quite an ordeal. Show me your hand. Rosa traces their bony finger gently along the lines of your palm. humming a hypnotic tune and swinging a cipher. Inscribed vacuum tube back and forth on a sprocket chain. The king has sensed that a terrible destiny stalks behind you, watching your step. You chase a strange star. Your quarry seeks to exhume the grave of history and rewrite the music of time. Magic of time? Music of time. Perhaps Its Majesty believes you have a role to play here in the kingdom too. They release your hand, smiling kindly. Or perhaps it is a mistake. The king does make them, you know. Well, child, do you see anything that interests you? I'm looking for the 7th letter. The gaudy trader squints at you, then glances left and right to check nobody's listening, then beckons you closer. Who told you to come here? Were you followed? Mimyh sends his greetings, stabs her. Good. They praise you with their remaining eye. So, you are the one who's helping Afra. I see she's got your head stuffed with clockwork, like a good little mechanist. Tell me, did she explain what a cranial moderator does? She said it would let me speak 6-old cipher. Morozov mentioned a few side effects. Ah, I'm sure. So then, nobody warned you how cranial moderator warps your thinking, smooths out any irritational notions, makes you look at the world like a mechanist, seeing everything as a puzzle you can solve. Biggest changes will take a few years, but mark my words, they will come. That is why I got rid of mine. Try to leave. I've had enough of plots and conspiracies. You used to be... Oh, no. Oh, right. I'm listening. Don't misunderstand me. Afra is a sweet girl. We were very close once. She absolutely believes she's doing the right thing. Sadly for all of us, she's wrong. Look around you, child. See how we are all at the mercy of this infernal machine, which not even the mechanist can control. Can you honestly say that what we need is more clockwork, King? However brilliant Afra's spell may be, I cannot fix the problems with the king, because the king is the problem. What's your alternative? I think we just flip the switch. Reza flashes you a crooked grin and hands you something heavy, wrapped in colourful rags. I'm glad you asked. This is a different kind of spell. Inserted in place of Afra's, it will trigger a runaway fault cascade that gradually but irrevocably shuts down the king with minimum destruction. You're the saboteur, aren't you? Well, I can tell she's the saboteur. I have a hunch. I think you should be the king. Yeah, I think I should be the king as well. So, you're this mystery villain I keep hearing about. They smile cryptically. There's no such person as the saboteur, child. Only a group of like-minded people who love this land and see no good in leaving its fate to an overgrown grandfather clock. So, do we understand each other, or is there more you would know? About you and your cause. I will tell you whatever I can without endangering my comrades. The mechanists say you're the reason for the king's problems. Reza snorts. Hogwash. Child, I know what the king is made of. I could recite every syllable of its cipher nucleus by heart, although to do so would be most unwise. Do we sabotage the king when we believe it will do good? Certainly. Do we divert royal goods to distribute fairly in our communities? Yes, sometimes. But are we the root of the king's madness? Don't make me laugh. We could toil for decades and cause fewer faults than the king itself generates before breakfast. Only a truly stupid mechanist could believe that we are anything more than an excuse for their failures. You still have questions. About your spell. What about it? What's so dangerous about Afra's spell? Afra's had these plans for a long time. We used to stay up so late bouncing ideas back and forth. She believes she has been lucky and wants the same for others. I admire that about her, truly. But ask her this. Under her plan, will people really be free to choose whatever changes they want, or will there be a limit? Will the king be neutral on what changes we make, or will it have a bias? Afra is a child of the guild. She believes in her soul that if she keeps tinkering, she can design a perfect system. If only she understood how much they have stolen from her. Everyone here depends on the king. If you kill it, many people will die. They grimace. I won't pretend otherwise. There will be chaos and much suffering, and certainly death. I only ask you to consider how many more could die if you keep the king in place. We will never know how many people the king has altered to make them better workers. My former colleague saw people's baser instincts as an impediment to progress, so they chose to scrape the people and build another. But, child, in my trade you learn a lot about people. Most folk want to help each other. It is this vile contraption breathing down their necks that stops them, making us fear each other and envy each other, denounce each other for one more day's bread. Without the king, our fate will rest again upon each other's shoulders. There's no work of cipher that I trust more than that. It's all we really have, and all we need. Well, I'm on her side. Don't trust Afra, and don't trust me either. Do what you think is right. Yeah, I think she's right. I think she's right. Return to Afra for your final task. She waits for you at the park gazebo. Wait, I did that. You met with Reza, an undercover saboteur who gave you a punch card that will kill the king. Should I return to Afra? I don't think I should tell her that I'm not going to do what she wants. If I go and talk to her, what if there's no way of not telling her though? Let's go see. Let's go and see. Or should I just go straight to the king and turn him up? Go see. Try not to spill the beans though. Afra peers up into the sky, her brows furrowed in contemplation. Gestures skywards. Is this normal? She tears her eyes away from the celestial teapot. No. I would certainly say this is new. What does it mean? I confess I'm struggling. Is it a sign? An instruction? A response to our broadcast? But then why a teapot? Man, I need to look up. I didn't look up. She shrugs helplessly. I've checked and rechecked my calculations, and all we can do is stick to the plan. Oh, yes, I almost forgot. The king has summoned you for another audience, just as we hoped. Eep. Afra hands you a leather folder, far heavier than the last. Here it is, friend. 8 years of my life, and the hopes of a kingdom now rest in your hands. That's a lot of responsibility. Friend, I don't know what will happen after this, so if you have any concerns, now is the time to voice them. I have questions about your spell. How much freedom to change will your spell really allow? Initially, a defined set of about 100 qualities can be changed, with hard limits on things like height and density. King won't do anything that directly endangers your life or another's, so you can't become an 8-foot giant with no lungs. Other qualities will become changeable in time, once the spell has proved its worth. Most of these rules can be modified by a note of more than half the kingdom. By a vote of more than half the kingdom. Hey Jude, welcome in. How are you? Thank you for the toll. Good to see you. Wherever possible, I have favored incentives over hard limits. After a trial period, you'll be stuck with your changes. For a year, so you'll have to think carefully. Other incentives will ensure an optimal distribution of qualities for the whole kingdom. What do you mean by optimal for the whole kingdom? All individuals must be free to choose their fate, but from society's point of view, you don't want everyone to be an artist, or indeed a carpenter. Ask kingdoms solved this through conscription, slavery, or rigid social rank. Brutal methods for a brutal age. Under my system, the king will monitor the overall balance of qualities and provide incentives for those that are in shortage. This is an interesting system. So, if too many people have made themselves mercurial and creative, the king may offer rewards for constancy and pragmatism. If too few have the temperament for farm work, the king may incentivize that temperament. Won't that lead to the same kind of mass rewriting the mechanists already do? I don't believe so. There's nothing wrong with asking people to compromise with the needs of their community. What's important is that they are free to say no. I'll explain everything I can as many times as you need. What about mistakes? If your new king goes mad too, how will anyone stop him? The current faults demonstrably stem from specific errors in our previous spells, born from wishful neglect of fundamental principles. That Sunil denies this does not make it false. There is a saying within the guild which would be seditious if repeated in public. Drek in, drek out. It means that if you give the king faulty input, you get a faulty result. Yet the reverse is also true. With properly enumerated powers and properly specified goals, the error you describe will never arise in the first place. My spell will create a self-balancing, self-correcting equilibrium capable of adapting itself to new circumstances. I've spent 8 years planning this. I'm certain it is sound. Does that all make sense? What if a good king isn't possible? What if that much power can't ever be just? Heavens, you sound just like the saboteur. I admit I've asked myself the same question when the hour is late and sleep eludes me. But I've seen the power of cipher magic to save a life. Without it, I would have been locked forever inside the person I used to be. How can we just walk away from that? We don't chew our meat raw because fire can raise our towns. We don't renounce the axe because it chops necks as well as trees. We don't spurn the wheel when it crushes a child's hand. I refuse to accept abstination as our only choice. I will not surrender to the hunger and despair that have hitherto plagued out all history. I will not relinquish the dream of the first mechanist to those who have forgotten it. Does that all make sense? You know, anything else that may be our last chance? I'm counting on you, friend. It's a tough one because she's not entirely wrong. She's not entirely wrong. But it really comes down to whether we can trust this one person to have calculated everything perfectly. So far in my playthrough, I've enjoyed the idea of destroying destroying the current systems that are in place because they're all terrible. We did destroy the Endless Realms. I think it's only fair that we destroy the Clockwork Kingdom too. Why? Maybe instead of creating this powerful king entity thing, they should just use their cipher magic, like the what's it called? It's not the university, is it? The way they do, just using it as needed individually as people. Why do they have to create this massive governing entity? Forgot which way to go. Wait, where's the teapot? Oh, there's the teapot. There's a teapot. Alright. Here we go. Let's make it daytime. Early morning is a good time of day in this game. It's time to visit the king. I thought it would talk to me when I got here. The machine shrieks like a million condemned souls as the feeling of pressure mounts in your body once more. Then your cranial moderator clicks into action. Suddenly the noise becomes an intelligible chorus. Incoming messages, outgoing commands, distant outposts, requesting connection or announcing faults. There are so many faults. You are standing in the brain of this awful machine and it's bleeding to death. Rejoice and exult. The invocation is cast. All hail its majesty, Machinist Rex, the Clockwork King. Welcome back, subject. Thou mayest rise. Hast thou completed this sacramental duty? It's done, your majesty. How should I know you jumped up, Abacus? I'm gonna lie to him, pondering. The duty remains unfulfilled. Dost thou require instruction as to thy task? Yes, please explain the duty again. The sacramental duty is as follows. This time, you find you can understand the dense lines of sixfold cipher. Teapot large, 4.4 pints fresh goblin milk, 1 cup salted water, half a teaspoon, gallons fresh water, vanity, unsweetened sugar, pints teapot, crinkled honey, custard sog, half pint ambergris, smooth meat. Fill kettle with fresh water and boil. Measure out 4 pints milk salts. Place tea strain in teapot and leaves in strainer. Steep for 15 years. Brush with a sear fruit mixture and bake until blithe. Okay, let's go through this. Enjoy your tea. For more fine tip recipes, please cut off a coupon and send to blah 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 blah. You want me to make a pot of tea? We don't have time for this. Unlikely 91% confidence. What could be more important than the sacramental duty? Your Majesty, the guild has sent me to give you a new spell. We have not requested a new spell, therefore we demand, on whose authority comest thou here? It's necessary for the sacramental duty. The sacramental duty is of paramount gravity, therefore thou shalt insert the spell into the petition port. An ivory cover swings upward, revealing 2 vertical slots of different sizes. Insert Afra's punch card and reform the king. Insert Rosa's punch card and kill the king! Kill the king! You slide with the punch card easily into the large slot. Halfway in, it meets resistance and is sucked inside. A saying spell. Enchanting this spell will alter our Majesty's cipher nucleus, and the consequences cannot be divined. Wilt thou commit? Commit. Item move. Saboteur's punch card. There is a burr of rapid clicking, then a series of deep clunks echoes through the whole tower. Above your head, a cacophony of bells rings out like a call to worship across the whole city. The spell is enacted. It is as it is written, so it shall be, in the name of the Majesty Machinus Rex, the Clockwork King. Thou carriest a second spell. Conflicting spells may cause cascading reality exception. 65% confident. Therefore, thou shalt insert this heretical spell into our petition port for controlled annihilation. Dispose of Afra's spell. I'm not actually sure. Should I dispose of the spell? I'm not giving you anything. Is he disposing of the spell? Why can't I keep him? Sharp, sweet lightning dances across your body as the other punch card flies out of your pack and into the king's petition port. Oh shit. Afra's spell is sucked away into the guts of the Clockwork King, and with it her hopes of a world where magic serves all. Above the bells you can hear angry shouting from outside the chamber. You realize the scrolling parchment contains a record of your acts. Slice it out with your blade. Tear it out with your hands. I'm gonna use my blade. Parchment feed fault. The king's writing arm stabs at your hands as you pull the last few yards of parchment out and stuff them into a gap in the gears, down into the depths of the machine. New parchment continues to spill out of the floor while the arms scroll desperately. To disturb the parchment is anathema. Disturb the parchment. You know, I was kind of hoping he'd be dead by now. Push the button. Bam, bam, bam. Is he not dead? Everyone's... Maybe he never turns off. Maybe he just doesn't turn off. I can't tell if he's turned off or not. Am I gonna get arrested for my crimes? I don't think they know what I've done. I'm just gonna get out of here and pretend nothing happened. Oh no, he's waiting for me. What have you done? Above you, the king's bells continue ringing. I've saved your kingdom. I've just sealed your downfall. Smile sweetly. I don't know what you're talking about. Sunil eyes you with barely suppressed fury. The only reason you are not in manacles is because Its Majesty wishes you unmolested. Rest assured, any foolish attempt at tampering will be discovered and reversed. Long live the king, Sunil. Go and fuck yourself. For a moment he is stunned, mouth hanging slightly open. By the time he regains his composure, you're already walking away, and his shouted retort is drowned out by the din of bells. Yes, Sunil. Alright, I can't tell, I guess we should go talk to Afra. I don't know what it is about this building, but I can never find my way out. It's a weirdly confusing building. I get lost every time. Okay, I go up. I go up one level. Alright, we can go and talk to the saboteur, and we can... I guess we need to wait till nightfall to talk to Afra every time. I can't tell if anything is going to change in the city. Who are you people? Are you always here? Who are you? I feel like not a lot is actually going to change in the city. The game doesn't change too much when you make big decisions because it wants you to be able to still do quests and stuff. Let's go find the saboteur again. Oh, she's gone. Damn it. No, I need consequences for my actions. At the sight of you, hope and anxiety blossoms in her face. Is it done? I heard the bells. Charm. Oh my god. I can only imagine how high this charm check is. I inserted your punch card. Oh my god, I succeeded. Bless. For a moment you think she'll see through your lie, but she really wants to believe you, and so she does. Oh, I feel bad. I feel like a bad person. Man, she trusted me. No. You really did it. We did it. Oh gods, this is real. She closes her eyes to take a long deep breath and exhales. Well now. I promised a reward, didn't I? You can keep my Mechanist Guild insignia. I'll pretend I lost it. And please, take this too. I suspect you can find a use for it. What happens now? We're still here, which means I wrote the spell correctly. The vanishing should stop immediately, and some memories of the vanished will return over time. But within a few months, my other reforms will take effect. I expect there may be rather a commotion once people realize how much has been stolen from them. And without the power to erase their critics, my colleagues will struggle to suppress it. Perhaps we'll have a new speaker, or a new guild, or something entirely different. Who knows? The future is open again. Glad I could help. Job done. Side with the saboteur in the Clockwork Kingdom. I'm making a lot of controversial choices in my playthrough. Thank you again, friend. I can tell you. I can't tell you. Well, fancy that. You see it? The snow. The snow has stopped falling. Afra smiles like she's recalling a cherished memory. Yes, our long winter is finally ending. Should I tell her about her past? It's kind of a weird thing to tell her. May as well, though. Afra's brows wrinkle. My past? What do you mean? Tell her what you discovered about Project Horoscope. I'm not sure if she should know. No, she should know. I feel like she should know. Afra listens intently with growing horror. God's alive, that's horrible. All those Afras, they could have been me, and I could have been them. They were me, and I was them. Why me? Why did I deserve to flourish and they to die? I never knew I had so many sisters. I thought I was changing the king, changing the system, but the king made me. Yet it also made my sisters, left them to die, so I am an expression of the system that killed my sisters. Were all my hopes and dreams just part of its plan? Have I ever had a desire or thought that the king didn't put there? Which parts of me are even mine? She seems on the verge of tears. Her decades of practice controlling her emotions finally nullified. Oh gods, what have I done? She's having an existential crisis and I don't know if I should just leave or not. What should I say? I got away with not telling her, but now it's giving me the choice to actually just tell her. What if she's super mad at me now? Say nothing. Maybe I should say nothing and just leave. You've done nothing. I didn't input your spell. I think it's for the best that it's out of her hands. Maybe now that she knows. Maybe now that she knows what she is, she'll be glad that I didn't actually do her plan. Maybe. Perhaps. Hey Blackfire, welcome in. I'm doing pretty well, how are you? Let's see. I don't... I think I might tell her. I think I might tell her. Just to see, because I don't think it matters anymore. I don't think it matters anymore what I say. Searching for something to see and have fun, and I'm glad you are good. Thank you. Alright, let's say that let's tell her. Let's tell her. She's gonna be pissed though. She laughs hopelessly. Maybe it's all for the best then. I just don't know anymore. Afra looks at you numbly. Pardon me, friend. I need to be alone for a while. Please leave me to my thoughts. Well, I agonized over that decision for a while and it turned out not to be really worth the trouble. But at least she knows the truth. I did tell her the truth in the end, so that's something. Alright, we're finished in the Clockwork Kingdom, I think. I think that was the last objective. We did. That's it. That's all the quests. We did everything. Unless there's something I missed, but I don't think so. I am gonna have an ad in a few minutes. I will probably just... Maybe we'll go back to Hollowshire. It's been a while since we were there. And see what the hap is. And... Actually, I need to go very soon. Damn it, I should have snoozed my ad. I didn't realize what time it was. And time really flies, doesn't it? Alright. Alright, we'll go back to Hellershire, we'll have a poke around, and then I'll have to get going. I'll go a little bit longer since my ad's starting and all that. Maybe we should go back to my house as well. Go back to my house. Hello, town. Okay. We go up here. Oh yeah, let's get the charm buff. We haven't got that for a long time. I've been doing pretty well without it. Because of my hat. My fancy, fancy hat. Okay, oh, you know, actually... change of plans again. Change of plans again. Maybe... we should go... to finish up today, maybe we should go back to... our base, where all of our new recruits are. Because that's the next step in the story. We should see what's going on there, now that everyone is here. We'll do wisdom again. Everybody's here now. The whole crew is together. Man, why do I always forget directions? I know I need to take an elevator, but I forget that it's not this one. This fast travel location is in a crap spot. How do I get up there again? Up here, I think. This is it. I guess it's not the worst spot. I wish this elevator was the one that's on the outside. I just take it straight away. Give me 1 second. I'll be. Okay, I just needed to check something. Right, so all of our friends are here. Let's go visit. I wonder if the base is finished. Our buddy. We've got our undead friend over here. See if she has anything new to say. I don't think... no, she doesn't have anything new to say. That's okay. What's in here? Let's go this way. Do I get my ship yet? Time to talk to you. My, haven't you been busy? All of the former Dark Stars have returned. She cackles and coughs, just like old times. Together we've conceived a plan. According to Orlaith, Vela has fled to the Underlands, and what's more, she knows where. You will take these Dark Star criminals as your companions. You will pursue Vela. You will not fail. That's a death sentence. I will not go to the Underlands. What's down there exactly? What's down there exactly? Centuries ago, the Emberians built an empire of metal and magic. In defiance of the gods, it stretched across the world's surface, and humanity prospered. He spits the words. But 400 years ago, the World Rend blasted that empire to dust. Only the Sky Realms survived. All that's left down there are cursed ruins, haunted by ghosts, and patrolled by mechanical horrors. Sounds like a big area. I wonder how much of the game takes place down there. The very air is poisoned with a thick miasma. Traveling that place will be difficult, but I have the utmost faith that you will die nobly for the cause. You may even succeed. So how do we do it? Give me my airship. Paxton Frost has finished repairing the blinding light. We can launch a small cutter airship on an expedition to the Underlands. But first, I will let you do the honors of activating the blinding light. Go to the main control panel and set the alert for battle stations. This is exciting. This is it. Cutscene! Oh my god. Oh shit. Wait. Hold on a minute. The whole thing is the ship? The whole thing is the ship. What? I thought it was gonna be that little dinky thing at the bottom. Oh my god, the whole thing was a ship this whole time. I had no idea. He nods. Confessor, what can I do for you? I'll be going. I thought very much other things. I repaired everything. Yes. Let me just have a quick look around. That's bad. Wait, what does this do? Never mind. My bad. Go back and talk to you. I had no idea this was a sham. Oh, this seems dangerous. I can't remember how to do anything. Wowee. We're in the sky. That's the academy. Alright. Do you feel that? The blinding light takes to the skies once again. You never said this was an airship. She scoffs. Have you not seen the grand paintings or its many reproductions? The blinding light impales a horror, or heard the numerous songs and stories embellished as they may be. I cannot be blamed for your ignorance. Can't we just fly this whole ship after Vela? This flying fortress is too large to make the descent. The storms that permanently rage above the Underlands would tear it to shreds. But we can launch a small cutter vessel with a reinforced hull that may survive the journey. The tribunal can monitor your progress from the safety of the skies. What's next? You and the former Dark Stars will assemble into a cutter workship strike force and pursue Vela. Your mission is as follows. You will make your way to the hangar of the Blinding Light, where there is a small cutter airship ready to descend to the Underlands. Jack Basalt will pilot the craft. I want to pilot the craft! While the Duchess Magic will shield it from the unrelenting chaos of the understorms. Caxton Frost will disarm whatever ancient security systems you find on the surface. Once you land, Orlaith will guide the way to the cradle. Exactly what the cradle is, we don't know, but Vela thinks it can rewrite the very fabric of reality. Needless to say, she must be stopped. She pauses. A ghastly rattle issues from within her workings. Is it a sight? Is it a sigh? She sounds almost moved. Listen, Confessor. If it were up to me, we'd have a whole naval fleet hurtling down there, but the Union Navy doesn't want to hear it. They think this coffin they stuffed me in has clouded my reason. I have the authority to send only the most expendable of my tribunal. She points at a mechanical limb in your direction. But, loath as I am to admit it, you've proven yourself as just as capable as any operative under my command. So it falls solely on your team to stop Vela at any cost. Remember that she meddled with forces beyond our comprehension and threatens the stability of not just the apathetic Union but the whole of the Sky Realms. Is your mission clear, Confessor? All clear. Good. Make your way to the hangar to depart. You know, I'm not 100% sure if I can leave the ship. The blinding light. You know, I thought I'd never see this place again. I'll be settling in. Makes my skin crawl. Seeing Inquisition agents scurrying around. Keep thinking they're gonna grab me and throw me in a cell. But if siding with this lot is the only way to get to Vela, I suppose I'll have to get used to it. I want to ask you something. I hear you're gathering a bunch of former Dark Stars, right? Well, I'll help you as best I can. No, I already done this conversation. Alright, where is the hangar? This is the hangar. Oh, he's got his fancy pants legs! Or at least he's got a chair with fancy pants legs. Drat blast sugar. Blinking, blooming, flippin' fudge. Still having trouble cursing. Alas, I fear the muse of filth has forsaken me for good. But enough of that. Are you bothering me for a purpose, or do you truly value your time so cheaply as to spend it on blooming chit-chat? I want to know how you're settling in. Like a louse to an armpit. Who the fluff do you imagine restored this fortress in the first place? Given my abrupt departure from the Dark Star, I suppose it's nice to be finishing the job. If only these dashed Union cretins would stop trying to assist me. As it happens, my father helped build the monster back in the God War. The wooden parts are Lundalese. The guns, plumbing, and nearly everything metal was made in Cordova. He used to put me to sleep by reciting components and assembling procedures. That explains a lot. Touché. So the fortress was made in the Clockwork Kingdom. Correct. Though back then it was called the Cordovan Republic. Somewhere in the guts of this thing there'll be a nameplate. Laid down in such and such a year, Progress Cordova. No gods, no masters. Funny how that one turned out. I'm glad you're feeling at home. Brushed scales. I wouldn't go that far. Will that be all? Yes, that is all. Just a thing, just as you're turning away, there is an awkward cough. Actually, one moment, if you please. I wish to, that is, it behooves me. Dash it all, it's not... What is that word? Prevaricative about the bush. Provocate. Provocate? You were quite correct to scold me back in the kingdom. The word for what I was doing is wallowing, specifically in childish rage and self-pity. He pauses, apparently unsure what to say next. Is thank you perhaps the phrase you're looking for? Don't mention it, we all have our bad days. Yes, quite, very good. Well, what you're waiting for, a medal? Bog off before you break something expensive. I wonder if I set sail, it'll be... I wanna set sail. I wanna set sail. Set sail before we go. Alright, how do I press the go button? Button up here. Ooh, let's go! It looks so cool, man. I wish I could fly it. I wanna fly. Oh, we just landed just like that. Wait. Please tell me we landed. Please tell me that's not our ship. Where's our ship, man? Where's the ship? Oh, I'm debuffed. You wake with a pounding head. You gasp for breath, your lungs fill with acrid air. Everything hurts. Basalt eyes you without sympathy. You look like squid shit, Confessor. You must feel like you've been chewed up by a typhus. Let me fill you in. He gestures around you. The cutter crashed. No shit. Well, thought I'd spell it out for you. The curse rots one's mind after all. You see, we'd smashed a bunch of protective spell suits in the cutter. Thick leather garments sealed with stitches and cipher to ward off the miasma that clings to the air down here. But they all got burned up in the crash. The only thing we could save, he taps his mask, was this one. For that dizziness, the head pain, the stinging in your lungs, I'm afraid that's the miasma. The curse, I'm sorry. Wonderful. So I'm going to die. He shrugs. Depends on the exposure time. If we get this done quick, you might have a chance. He looks around. Anyway, you might be able to salvage some sort of protection down here. If you're lucky. There's been plenty of foolhardy expeditions to the Underlands, and the archaeologists, well, let's just say they don't often come back. The others will be fine. Frost and the Emberian have respirators built into their suits, and the Duchess, well, she's not breathing for centuries anyway. Set foot in the world's strange surface. You know, it looks cool as shit down here. I was not expecting our adventure to end so abruptly. I'm guessing... Oh, there's health potion down there. I'm guessing I get out of here by taking Vela's ship back up? Or maybe I die. Wait, is this a fast travel? Oh shit, what's this? Wait, is that a mirror out of here? Well, that sure is convenient, isn't it? This is the Duchess's little fast travel spot, is it? I don't know where that came from. The ship's gone. How do I save and stuff now? There's nothing here anymore. Alright, well, I really gotta get going now, but, is the ship gone? No, it's still here. I guess the mirror takes us back to a state of before the story step. It's cool to see it. I would like to play more right now, but I do need to get ready. We've made it to the underworld very quickly too. Alrighty. I am borderline running late. That was kind of exciting though. We've got our band together. We've got our band back together. We're in the underworld. We're on Vela's tail. We're on Vela's coattails now. I'm guessing the main story might be finished in another stream or two. I don't know how long this section is going to be, but it kind of feels like it's going to be pretty quick. So, other than some side quests, I think we might be nearly done. Why did... Oh, Corvus. Thank you very much. Thank you. Why am I sound... Oh, my soundlets are muted. Bloody hell, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Thank you very much for this 12 months, Corvus. I really appreciate that. I saw my little guys dancing. I'm like, wait, why were they dancing? Thank you very much. I really appreciate you. I hope you all have a really nice rest of your day and a nice weekend. This is the last stream of the week. I will not be back on Sunday. I have plans, very exciting plans I'm excited about, and I will talk to them. I'll talk to you about them on Monday. I'll probably stream on Monday, most likely. We're going to play some more Red Dead next week, and we'll obviously do a stream of this. Maybe our next stream will be this game so that we can, like, wrap up the story, potentially. Alright. Alrighty, have a good day, everyone. Take care, and I hope you have a good weekend. Thank you for hanging out with me. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye 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 bye. Bye 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 bye. Get your toll in quickly.